December 2nd, 1 p.m., Zoom teleconference meeting. This is an executive order remote participation. It was on Thursday, March 12, 2020 by Governor Baker, issuing and suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law. Hereby call the meeting to order. Roll call. Commissioner Collins.
Present.
Commissioner Shea.
Present.
At this time, I'd like to acknowledge a nice thank you from Register O'Donnell on behalf of his father-in-law, Joe Thornton, and also on the donation towards the young girl that has cancer. And he thanked the commissioners and the staff very much for the donation. So I'd like to acknowledge that.
And he also phoned my office today. It was nice of him to do that.
A meeting of, we have the meeting of the Board of Examiners to certify the election results of the Norfolk County Commissioner and the Treasurer.
Hello.
Is that correct, Mike?
Yeah. If I could, Mr. Chairman, I just actually realized that we have a typo in this week's agenda. And we mentioned that we had a meeting of the Board of Examiners to certify the election results for Norfolk County, for the Norfolk County Commissioner. At this point, we're working with the Registry of Probate actually to set that up. And what the agenda was intended to say was that actually we were supposed to have a meeting of the Board of Examiners to certify the election results for Norfolk County Treasurer. That is the information that you had in your packet. And at this point, I would ask, that agenda item number 3 be tabled, and then we can, actually correct the issue in the agenda. I can make sure that when the election results are certified for County Treasurer, that the agenda actually says as much.
Okay, I have a motion.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that we take item number 3, which is the meeting of the Board of Examiners to certify election results for Commissioner and/or Treasurer, and table till next week.
I'll second that motion. We don't actually certify the commissioners. We only certify the treasurer. Is that correct, Mike?
Yes, I believe the county commissioner, Phil will correct me if I'm wrong, but that is certified by the Register of Probate. Yes.
And the clerk.
Yes, and the clerk.
Yeah, the judge of
Okay, there's a motion made and seconded to table the Board of Examiners certification election results of the Norfolk County Treasurer. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, it is a vote. The minutes of the open meeting of November 25th, 2020 for approval.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, we approve the minutes of the November 25th, 2020 meeting as presented.
Second.
There's a motion made and seconded to approve the minutes of the open session meeting of November 25th, 2020 for approval. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, it is a vote. Do we have any public comment? No public comment, thank you. We'll go into the facilities maintenance. Superintendent McGowan.
Yep. Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon, John.
I know I keep repeating myself with the same report every week, but this is the way life is right now. We had another incident in Quincy Court. We had one 2 weeks ago Sunday. We cleaned it up then, and we disinfected the building. I know I told you that, but we had another problem there yesterday, I guess, and we're going to be working on that tonight. I know everything will be all set for them to reopen again tomorrow. And I'm still working on the plexiglass issue. I know it's an ongoing process because every time we do it, the judge wants to move something or move it in a different place, and I know I repeat myself all the time telling you this, but this is what we're doing. Walter wanted some petitions put up over in his criminal area, and that's what we're working on now. But we still have, I received the clips from our vendor last, what was it, yesterday, I believe. And we're going to start doing the main courtroom for the Chief Justice over there. It's probably sometime tomorrow or Friday. But we're going to start working on that. And that's just an ongoing process. But, you know, these people, you can put plexiglass all around everybody, but the people that are in these courthouses have to start using some common sense. I mean, if they're sick, they shouldn't come into work. And I thought that was one of the main rules. And I mean, this is why this keeps happening. People have to come in and they infect other people. We got to take the precautions, make sure that everybody is safe. And this is going to be going on and on and on. Trust me. And it's going to get worse. But we're doing the best we can, trying to keep all the employees safe. And we'll continue doing it. That's about it for me.
Was the incident down Quincy, does that affect an employee?
Well, one of the court officers, one of her children, I think, came down with it, and then she had it. And she was in the building, so they have to take precautions and shut the building down, and because you don't know where. I'm sure she was a court officer. She was all over that building, so we're going to take care of it tonight. We're going to disinfect it. I got some crew going down there tonight, and we're going to deep clean it, wipe everything down like we do here. You know, we pick the phones up, we wipe the phones up, all the phones on every desk, every computer. It's just a time-consuming process, but it has to be done.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Collins, any comments?
Good work, John.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Commissioner Shea?
Just that I think we're doing a good job. I mean, this is so hard to pin down, and there's, you know, just when you think we dodged a bullet, another one comes. So I think John is on top of it. But I mean, my Lord, what about the public could bring it in and be gone and give it to someone, and you know, you don't know who the person is. I've got somewhat involved on a private matter with this, where they try to find out the people everyone's been in touch with and trace it around and all that. I know it's protocol for the various health departments. I hope we don't have to get involved in that, and I hope all our people remain safe. But you know, we're a lot better prepared than we were in March and April, so that's a good thing. But it's still pretty touch and go. But good work.
But you know what the
It'll
problem
be a
is?
long session, I'm afraid. Okay, thank you very much, John.
All right.
No appointments, we have none. Old business, we have none. Personal matters of consideration, we have none. Payroll and expense warrants for approval. I hear a motion.
I got some motions here. For motion to approve, Mr. Chairman, county expense warrant dated 12/01/21 in the amount of $42,083. County weekly payroll 21-22 in the amount of $143,866.30. Agricultural school weekly payroll 21-22 in the amount of $332,003.34. Agricultural biweekly payroll 21-22 in the amount of $1,650.74. And we have a Wollaston Recreation Facility credit card payment for November 2020 in the amount of $17,970. I motion to approve all 5.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the expense warrants and payroll warrants as presented by Commissioner Shea and second by Commissioner Collins. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote. Bid openings, we have none. We do have on the agenda contract awards. We have 115 Homer contracting for the door and window replacement and the upgrades at Kemp Hall in Norfolk Aggie School. And B, we 1:20 p.m. to Gibson Roofing, which is a roof replacement for Kemp Hall at the Aggie School. Comments, Director Mullen.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. And at this point, I want to turn it. I want to turn it over to Nancy Rockwell, who is our Chief Procurement Officer, and has been working with the owner's project manager, again with the Aggie, with Rick and Tammy at the Aggie on this. And I think all collectively, I want to thank Nancy. It's been, about 5 weeks, of her working with our OPM, who is also on the call. And having bid openings and going through bids, and where we are today. This whole project has been a long time in the making, and we're excited to move forward with it. So Nancy, if I could turn it over to you.
Okay, Nancy.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
The first contract is for the Kemp Hall building, the window and door replacement accessibility upgrades for the agricultural high school. This is an MSBA accelerated repair program project. The lowest qualified responsible bidder was Homer Contracting, and their bid is $1,296,000. I would recommend to award the contract to them. And I do have George from.
Hold it. We'll take one bit at a time.
Oh, yes. Nope. This is the first one for the windows and doors.
Yes. All right. Have a motion, Commissioner Shea.
I'll make a motion that we award the door and window replacement and ADA upgrades in Kemp Hall at the Norfolk County Agricultural School to Homer Contracting as the lowest responsible bidder.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to award the contract for the door and window replacement ADA upgrades at Kemp Hall at the Aggie School to Homer Contracting for the lowest responsible bidder. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote. Okay, Section B, Nancy.
Oh, first off, I have George from Homer Contracting who's on the Zoom call. Would you like to speak with him?
George, would you like to say a couple of words? Welcome aboard to Norfolk County.
Thank you. We look forward to working with you on this project, and we're ready to go. So whenever we get the green light, we're good to go.
Okay. Thank you. Section B, Nancy.
This will be for the Kemp Hall building, the roof replacement. The lowest qualified bidder was Gibson Roofing, and their bid was $1,206,090. I would recommend awarding a contract to them for the roof replacement at Kemp Hall.
Okay, motion, Commissioner.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that we award the bid for the roof replacement at Kemp Hall at Norfolk County Agricultural School to Gibson Roofing as they are the lowest responsible bidder.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to award to Gibson Roofing a roof contract replacement of Kemp Hall, Norfolk County Aggie School as the lowest responsible bidder. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote. Thank you. Anything further, Nancy?
I also have a representative from Gibson on the Zoom call, if you'd like to
What's his
say a
name?
few words.
What's his name?
I think it's Kevin and Joe Gibson.
Kevin couldn't make it. I'm sorry, it's Joe Mead. Kevin couldn't make it, but we're looking forward to getting started on the project as soon as possible, and glad to be aboard.
Okay. Any comments? Commissioners?
I have one, Mr. Chairman. Did Gibson do buildings for us before? I know the name and I'm not sure why. Maybe they did some in Quincy.
We haven't done anything down in Norfolk Aggie, I don't think. Not that I can recall.
Okay, no, that's fine. Good luck.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Report of the engineering department, please.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. We're working on a number of projects. We're in Bellingham. The crew right now is in Bellingham on Rogers Street, working on a street acceptance plan. The Brookline project is currently on hold. Mass DOT designated a design engineering firm, and we're working out a scope of services with the town and the company. It's called World Tech. So until that's negotiated, we're not doing any more work on the project. In Dedham, we've completed the survey of the drainage easement, and we've sent it off to a design firm to give us some proposal alternatives to see what we can do to repair that outfall and make it work as it was designed back in 1939. Let's see. So Foxborough, there's several discontinuances. Foxborough Westview is one. We have the plan in hand. We're just waiting on the town to discuss releases with the abutters. Randolph High Street, we've scheduled the hearing for the 16th of December, and we've taken care of notices and publication. And Walpole Eastland Circle, we've done a little work on to update a plan that we did several years ago for the town, so they can move forward perhaps with accepting it. And Page Street in Stoughton, which involves the courthouse, we should have final documents from the town and Mass DOT on easements and takings by the end of the month. And Page Street, we're just waiting on, Stoughton Safe Streets was Central Street, the courthouse. And Stoughton Page Street, we're waiting on the town to initiate the process of discontinuing a parcel that they have before we initiate the discontinuance of the county way. So those are the projects we're working on right now. Any questions?
What was I missed the part on Washington Street project in Brookline. What was the reason for pulling out?
Well, we haven't pulled out. We've just stopped working on it because Mass DOT assigned the project to a design firm, and they have to negotiate a scope of services with me, the town, as to what they want to see. It's basically the nuts and bolts of what they want to see on the final plan that's going to go out to design. And we've just been back and forth on it a lot, and it just hasn't gotten finished yet. But it's in the towns. It's up to the town to deal with this. I'm not dealing with them directly.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for the report. The report takes in a lot of territory, a lot of towns, which is very good to the county commissioners. comments, Commissioner Collins?
Joe, thank you for your hard work. I really appreciate it.
Welcome.
Commissioner Shea?
No, thank you, Joe. I'm all set.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, thank you very much, Joe. Director Mullen, you want an update on the second supplementary budget, please, for approval?
Yes, yes, absolutely, Mr. Chairman. And if I could spend a few minutes and give like an overview of the proposed second supplemental budget in the amount of $404,871.07. The supplemental budget relies on an expected $249,871.07 State CARES Act reimbursement for previously expended county funds, $105,000 from the FY20 unappropriated balance, and $50,000 from prior years dedicated deeds revenue. And specifically what we're proposing to do is to return to the facilities maintenance department's contractual services line item a total of $45,000, as well as $17,000 to the facilities cleaning supplies line item. And these really come after contracting for ear duct cleaning in Brookline and Quincy District Court. And spending another almost $7,600 earlier this fall for ear testing in county buildings, and another $5,000 in COVID-19 COVID-19 signage. Like in relating to the cleaning supplies line item, as John mentioned, the maintenance is diligence in cleaning and sanitizing and disinfecting our county buildings has necessitated additional expenses, with only $13,000 remaining in the line items $35,000 appropriation for this fiscal year. Additionally, the second supplemental budget, it proposes a $20,000 additional appropriation in the county's legal services budget. This will help to address the additional unforeseen issues that that will come before the county like in the last half of the fiscal year. As I mentioned in the outline, since the beginning of the pandemic, just on employee issues, like in labor issues alone, we have spent a total of $20,000 in the county, and this would allow us really to address and get to the remaining, like in the last 6 months of the fiscal year, and also with all the collective bargaining, now all complete, and all complete actually since the end of February, just before the pandemic hit. We also, want to turn our attention back to finishing, the county's new employee handbook. This, as I think we all understand and will probably joke about, this has been in the works, for a little bit of time now, and we really want to move forward and address that. The supplemental budget, it also proposes increases of $50,000 to the Registry of Deeds miscellaneous supplies account, and the computer supplies line items respectively. As you know, last month the Register requested a $50,000 budget transfer from the prior year's dedicated deeds revenue. to the supplies and the materials account. And I'm recommending the approval of that request, as well as an additional $50,000 increase to the registries and computer supplies line item from the CARES Act reimbursement, which will help the registry meet all the technological and the computer related needs, that they continue to address, as part of the pandemic. Additionally, you will also note that a portion of the supplemental budget proposes $105,000 to replace the two package rooftop air handlers at Stoughton District Court. While the county has been relying on the court's fully functional forced hot water, it should say, heating system, in ductless split air conditioning units, with the emphasis, on ventilation and air circulation. We have been looking at this issue actually since last January. And as recently as 2.5 weeks ago, the trial court had reached out, given the emphasis on the ventilation, in the circulation, and has been very adamant that we address this as soon as we can. And funding this, as you would know, in terms of the $105,000, in revenue, that revenue, is proposing to come from the FY20 appropriated balance. And therefore funding that will bring the FY20 unappropriated balance down to almost $1.8 million. And two additional requests in the supplemental budget would provide just over $23,000 to the commissioners, the contractual services line item, which would seek to fund a new county website, and also as the engineering, department also mentioned, he alluded to the drainage issue out behind the registry on Maple Place, and we're also proposing to actually increase the civil engineering line item by $10,000 to help deal with that issue. And finally, the second supplemental budget proposes to restore almost $85,000 in costs that were incurred by the agricultural high school as part of the reopening efforts earlier in the fall. And this would seek to make the school whole, in hopes that they'll be able to continue that work going forward. And with that, Mr. Chairman, that is the $404,871 supplemental budget. And, I know the register is also on the Zoom, but I'd be happy to take any questions.
Okay, Commissioner Collins, any comments?
I'm all set, but I didn't know if Billy wanted to say anything. Hey, Bill.
What?
I'm all set, but I didn't know if Billy wanted to say anything.
Okay, well, we'll get to Billy in a minute. Commissioner Shea?
Again, my weekly question, I think I know, I'm not sure I know the answer. This money that we get on the care from the state,
Yep.
on the CARES, is the check, do we have the money yet?
No, that's a very good question. We don't actually have
The money. But we
Yeah.
have a letter, we had an email or a letter last week saying that basically we did a great job and we're happy to work with you and the money's coming, right?
Yes, exactly. And that's why if you look at the proposed motion at the top of the supplemental budget, the proposed motion actually reads to approve the fiscal year 2021 second supplemental appropriation in the amount of $404,871.
Okay, I see it. Contingent
Yep.
upon, that was my question. Okay, no more. I
Yeah.
could read the main, but I was having a little trouble reading that small print.
Yes, and
Got
I
it.
apologize for that.
And well, I really believe that, and you explained it more in detail yesterday, and I mean, I think I know it's coming, but I didn't want to jump ahead if it wasn't here and have even, in fact, ask the advisory board to come in if we couldn't do it if the money wasn't here, you know, and that's why I was checking. But I think that your motion, which I'll be happy to make at the end of the discussion, will cover that. Okay, good job.
All right, thank you, Commissioner. Bill O'Donnell, you'd like to say anything?
Yes, good afternoon, commissioners and everyone else. Hope everyone's well and had a nice Thanksgiving. And to the commissioners, I know I've talked to a few of you. Again, thank you for extending some nice words, as well as, donation to my niece who's had some issues with cancer. So appreciate it. No, other than I know a couple of weeks ago I was before you. This $50,000 request was, for routine supplies to keep the registry operational during these busy times. And as has been stated, the deeds excise money for this year has been coming in at a great clip. That's good for revenues. That's good for revenues to be used or saved. But it also means we're busy. And again, this request will help us tremendously. So thank you for your support and appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Chair will wait a motion.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'll make
We
a
read the
motion.
motion that
I will read
said
it.
on the top.
Correct. I'll make a motion to approve the fiscal year 2021 second supplementary appropriation, the amount of $404,871.07, with $249,871.07 of said appropriation contingent upon receipt of the $249,871.07 in CARES Act funding from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and provide further that appropriation and expenditure of these funds shall be considered a one-time only and shall not be included for calculation by any department for mandated counting spending in fiscal year 2021 or in any future years. That is my motion.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion made and seconded to approve the second supplementary budget as presented by Commissioner Shea and second by Commissioner Collins. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote. Thank you, Commissioners. Do you have additional report to the county director?
Yes, excuse me, if I could just really quick, Mr. Chairman, as I alluded to, in talking about the second supplemental budget, over the last few weeks, we have spent a lot of time and efforts, actually working on and talking about the Stoughton District Court, in the air circulation there, and it's really, I'm really happy, and I want to thank Nancy Rockwell, and I want to thank John and Sheila, in the maintenance, and also Mike Osterman in maintenance as well. Yesterday morning we met, actually with an engineer out there. Who looked at the system for us, he assessed it. And the good news is that up until the end of last week, what we were hearing as the cost of that project was actually going to be in the $200,000 price range. In working with the engineer, and having him assess it, I'm very happy to report back, and we have worked with this engineer before, a mechanical engineer. We've worked with him before and have had a really good experience with him. And that's why we were able to recommend $105,000 expense for that. And included in the 105 $105,000 is, is a pretty good contingency as well, just in the event, that we have to deal with any other issues there. So, again, I want to thank everyone for their work on that. Especially Mike Osman and John and Sheila and Nancy. We've had to come around and put that, whole plan together, in a fairly quick amount of time. And I'm happy that we were able to do that. And really actually going forward, one of the things that we want to do, as part of the operations analysis, is actually get in front, of all these issues in the future, so we can, actually plan for these issues more going forward. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I don't have anything else. We do, and I am proposing that the commissioners recess the meeting, until the FinCom meeting, at 2:00.
Okay, thank you for the report, thorough report, we appreciate it. Thank you for those participating in the county commissioners meeting, and thank you to the staff for the work they do again. The chair will wait a motion to recess until 2 p.m.
Mr. Chairman,
And
Mr.
Yes.
Chairman, it's Richard Stady. Can I ask a quick question of the director?
is this Commissioner Stady?
It is indeed, not official yet, but soon to be. Just a quick question for
Okay.
you, through the chair.
Yes.
I just had a quick question. I was reviewing the director's report, and he said he was told that you couldn't use that issue, which I think we had talked about, Mike, about the capital. Who told you that? Was it something you got from a legislature, or just are those the guidelines promulgated? I just wanted to learn. That's all.
Yeah, no, thank you. That's a really important question because obviously we did talk about it and not,
Right.
I was actually really excited about that option,
Yes.
to be able to fund it. And we have a really good contact at A&F, who we've been working with, and whoever every city and town, has been working with, to navigate this spending as well. And I reached out to him, actually after our conversation, the commissioner-elect, and he said because, the units, are actually capital in nature.
Mhm.
And because we've actually, have had them in the building before they were capital.
Okay.
And the CARES Act funding was not, actually covering any capital expenses.
So is it because they were pre-existing? In other words, could we look at
Yes.
the CARES Act for other capital projects, perhaps, other if they're not pre-existing? That's what I'm trying to get at. That's all.
Yes, I think it would be a whole heck of a lot easier, if the issues were not pre-existing, if they were new issues that we were trying to do as a response.
Okay, I don't want to keep you. Okay, great. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Okay,
Dick,
thank
it's
you.
Dick, it's nice to see you on the call. Are you going to be able to make the finance committee meeting?
I will indeed be here. Might get a second cup of coffee, but I'll be with you. Yep.
Terrific.
Okay.
All right, same Zoom link,
Next
same
time,
link?
Yes.
Don't be bashful to introduce yourself.
Excellent. Thank you.
I made a motion for adjournment.
Recess.
Recess.
Recess,
Mr. Chairman,
I'm sorry.
I'll make a motion that we recess until 2 p.m. today to meet with the Advisory Board Budget Committee.
I'll second.
It's a motion made and seconded to Norfolk County Commissioners meeting be recessed until 2 p.m. to meet with the Finance Committee budget meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote. Thank you.
Be it too.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.